get in contact with me, I want to be that spot in their day that says you can do whatever it is you put your mind to.
Nice.
So just delivering hope, one person at a time.
Hope, not dope.
That is correct.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hope on a rope.
Hope on a rope, on a stick.
In the bag.
Hope with a
In the
lick.
bag.
Long as it's hope. Yes.
Buy two, get the third one free.
Definitely.
1995.
1995.
Wait, there's more. Wait, there's more.
And just for shipping and handling.
Yeah. If you call now, Lord.
So what bases do you touch on your station?
Youth. We're going to talk about youth, how to discipline them,
Ooh,
how to
tell
teach
me.
them.
Tell me, because whooping don't work no more.
Nah,
Time out don't mean a thing.
I'm more of a communicative person. You know, I talk to them, pull them to the side, and just keep it honest with them. You know, I've learned
That's
now.
how you
Your
discipline?
kids or other
That's-
kids?
All of them.
Your kids?
Yeah,
You don't discipline your kids that way.
I do. I talk to my kids.
Your kid say a curse word to you. You gonna sit down and just talk to him?
That's the initial.
Oh, okay.
That's an introduction.
Exactly.
Phase one.
Exactly.
We just on
And then
phase
What's
one.
phase two?
Phase two, we might write. You know,
Okay.
we might make
All
them
right.
write us a substantial amount of time. You know, 100, 500, 1,000.
I shall not curse. I shall not curse. I shall not curse. I shall not curse.
That
Okay.
is correct. Step 3, you know, we work out. You know, we do
Yes.
500 push-ups, 500 jumping
So
jacks.
there's to better them too.
Yes,
Like
it's a twofold. You know, not only are you getting the discipline of the educational piece, you're also getting the workout.
Yeah, the
Right.
physical.
that you so need anyway.
That's what I'm
You're
talking
right.
about.
So I
Keep
try.
your body and your mind sharp.
That's
Right.
exactly right.
Instead of
That's
what
beating
I'm
them,
talking about.
ain't
Yeah.
going it. Why is that? Why
But
do
you
we do
deserve
that?
the beating.
Wait a minute.
What? It
I
was good
one
for
of those
you.
kids who got beat every day, and it wasn't because I was bad.
You don't got to be bad to get a beating.
What?
It's good for you. A
Young
beating,
whoopings
a
in
beating a
advance.
day, keep the doctor away, the police away, all that away. It's
I
good
just
for
think
you.
they thought it
It's
was okay
advanced
because
whoopings.
advanced, like
Advanced
yeah.
whoopings. Like when I knew it was
Probably.
something I wanted to do, like no joke, when I was in school, I used to go to detention and they would call roll and they'd be like, why you in here? I'd be like, it's going to be a long week. Like,
Uh-oh.
like I already knew. And it was like, you don't get to do detention in advance. Like if I had a rough weekend, Monday and Tuesday was
Talking
iffy
about,
days, so I just
I'm
go
going to
in
curse
on
out the
in.
teacher on Friday,
No.
so I'll just come in on Monday, do
No.
my penance first, and then.
Because I wanted to make it to the game on Friday, so let me go and knock this out. You know, we ain't gotta do
See,
this.
that was the first for me. I never seen anybody that wanted to look for detention.
Oh, I already knew they was gonna give it to me. So I was a practical
She was
jokester in
just bad.
school. I wasn't. I was a practical joker, and sometimes my jokes didn't always come across the same way.
Okay.
And I would end up, if the kid laughed along with it, I didn't get in trouble. If they didn't,
That's when the trouble started.
that's when they was like, you know, well, not everybody likes your jokes. They appreciate you. So I would just go on to
Be like,
detention.
you
'cause
ugly.
That is not a practical joke. That's bullying. That is not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That is not what I'm talking about. I didn't.
We definitely don't like bullying.
Exactly. No, but if they laughed along with you,
That
it
is
was
not-
good,
that's
right?
not a practical joke,
because
though.
they knew in and of themselves that they were ugly, so
Yeah.
they can laugh with you. Now,
Oh,
if they
wow.
thought they were cute, but they were really ugly, then that's when the altercation takes place.
But you got to be able to laugh at yourself sometimes.
Right, right. I would just do things to make others laugh. However, it was commonly at the expense of someone else. And
That's called bullying.
possibly could be
Classic,
miscued that
classic definition.
some way. So not all of it was bullying. Like when I would write notes to guys and stuff and act like I was, you know, like a special chick, but not like one you really want, like one that can't write or spell. Like that wasn't bullying.
For example,
So we had these two twins. And I love you, Miss Glendenning. I don't know where you are, but wow, girlfriend. So Miss Glendenning was my French teacher, my homeroom teacher for my whole high school.
Glendenning?
Glendenning. Yes, Glendenning. And we were so tight that she would make sure I had her for homeroom. She would make sure that my seat sat next to an outlet because, you know, my first class was gym and I always had to do my hair in homeroom. So she always made sure she didn't plug my curlers up for me.
Nice teacher.
Like she was there. But she also knew I was a practical joker. And my jokes would last an entire school year. Like it would be one epic one for the year. So this one year, I wrote these letters to these twin, and I would write with my left hand.
Twin girls or twin boys?
Twin boys.
Twin boys. Okay.
And it would be like, "Dear John, I lick you a lot." L-I-K. Like I would do misspelled words, and I want to be your friend. Like it would be whatever. But I would give them to Miss Glendini, and she would put them on their desk, so they never knew who it was. But then I did a couple of the notes, sporadically. The Valentine candy grams and stuff. She sent candy grams and everything on my behalf. Did it for me. At the end of the year,
was an accomplice.
it was. All the time. But at the end of the year, it was like, I really want to meet you guys. I want to meet you, because they didn't know it was more than one of them. So I had them meet me under the bleachers in the gym. However, all is like everybody else was kind of in on it. Like I had a group, like a crew that knew what was happening. So we were sitting on one side, and we just see dudes slip up under the bleachers, one after another. Next thing you know, you got like 5 dudes under the bleachers, and they all oh my God.
With one female?
With no female. It was never anybody.
That was the trick.
I just led them to believe the whole year that some chick wanted to be with them, some chick wanted to go to prom with them, some chick was dedicating songs with them. Like they would never agree to it. But they was like, I would hear them talking, and they would talk about letters, and it was always people I was close to. So I wouldn't do it to you if I didn't really know you like that. I would do it to somebody I knew. But at the end of the year, they heard everybody out in the gymnasium laughing, and they came out, and they was like, "Yeah, I get you," because that's when they found out it was me. You got like 5 dudes under the bleachers, like, "Hey, what y'all doing under that? Ooh, y'all nasty."
Yeah.
Right. Oh my goodness.
So that wasn't bullying, but when I put sand in this chick's locker, filled it up, so when she opened it, it hit her.
How could you do that without being noticed?
Oh, I was always noticed. That's why I went to detention.
She coming in with a wheelbarrow. She got a wheelbarrow worth of sand. Whistling.
I had a suitcase with wheels on it, and the janitor straight up told me, he said, "I ain't cleaning up that S." And that's all he said. And I was like, "Yes, sir, no problem." He left the bucket. He left the little trash bag. He left the broom right there. "Hey, you gonna clean that up?" I say, "If you help me." And he helped me hold the folders up, and I just kept dumping the sand in. And when I closed it real quick, so when she opened her locker, that folder said fluke.
Now, that was somebody you knew?
That was somebody I knew, and that I was after her because she did something.
Yeah, I can tell by how you say that was somebody I knew. I knew her.
She did something she was not supposed to. I asked nicely. I made it known. I was like, all right, and I wouldn't fight back, but I would do stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And where the harshness came in, everybody knew what was going to happen except the person it was going to happen to.
So why you didn't fight? Because you couldn't?
Oh, no. I used to get whoopings for fighting. I was a fighter, but I got that beat out of me. My daddy didn't make me do no sit-ups and push-ups.
So it wasn't no talking
you want
for
to
you,
fight, you didn't want no talking.
I got you.
The talking was, "Do not tell you about fighting. Don't let that school call me no one." That was a conversation, so no.
Okay,
I
got
fight.
it. That makes sense.
But I just use my humor, and,
that's good, though.
sometimes it relayed
Well, because I
sometimes
was
it
troubled though. That's why I was a jokester. I think I was kind of a bully in a way, but only after being bullied. Only after being.
Oh, so that justified it.
That happens a lot.
So that would be self-defense and not bullying.
It was.
But
not when you do it to somebody else.
I was going to say, were you bullying somebody or the same people that bullied you?
She couldn't bully the same people that bullied her.
Well, but the thing is, there was a girl named Maya. I remember her name. There was a girl named Maya, and when I was in elementary, and she just did not like me for some reason, and I could not figure it out. No. And I had a thing against that when I was a kid.
Ugly.
I'm like, I had a thing against that when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I did not like when people I did not like when people didn't like me because I don't know. I had to think about being accepted, and for some reason, she would tell everybody just not to like me, and just because she would say that my skin was darker than her skin, and she was light skinned, and she did feel prettier than me, but it was because I was poor. I ain't have anything. And she had everything. I was in school with people whose parents really did stuff for them. No shade when I was a kid. But
you got food, clothing, shelter.
That's all you need.
They weren't even my
But
clothes.
don't feel bad.
She
It's a
said
lot of
already
people
my
out there that
clothes.
way.
She said I found them.
They were my clothes. I shared that food. Would you call it shelter if ... No, I'm just playing. Anyway, we ain't gonna talk about my project childhood, but it reflected when I came to school. So people
acted out.
noticed. Yeah, and because I was getting picked on, so she had everybody hating me. So I hated everybody. So I just.
That's a solution.
But I loved everybody.
You're right,
I wanted
right,
them
right.
to be
None of y'all.
I would try and
You
try.
don't like me. I don't like you.
I would try, and so it would just get me into little things where I would get notes sent home to the teacher, and from the teacher to my parents, and I was shifted from my mother's house to living with my dad and my stepmom at a young age. So it was just like they didn't understand. Yeah, I was going from like school to school. It was bad. Like a girl could steal my pencil, and I was on edge.
So how did your
Specifically
project...
because it had my name on the pencil.
Ooh.
And she still won the argument. That was the Maya girl too.
So how did your project lifestyle transform you to who you are today?
Oh, because
She started from the
She's
bottom.
still
Now
the
she
same.
here.
She's still the same way.
She just ain't got nobody to whoop her for it. The only thing missing is a good old fashioned beating.
I didn't need the beatings though. I learned that I really was disciplined better by, like, my dad was very, let me explain to you. And he would sit down, and sometimes I would be like, oh my God, I'm tired of him talking. I think I just want the beating.
I'm the talk.
But
Yeah.
You
You
get up
sitting there like this,
That's
like
me.
you fall asleep.
Daddy, can I just get your belt?
I know. You get up, go get the belt, and bring it to him.
Wow.
Can we just like cut to the chase? You know.
But like, literally, him talking to me was more disappointing to me than like
Because you let him down.
just being beat. Yeah, because I let my dad down, and I know I meant well, but I felt so misunderstood as a child. So in my defense, I don't think my spankings every day when I moved to my daddy house, I don't think that they were quite necessary.
I'd like to
but-
give a shout out to my mother and my father.
He'll beat you like a drum
I
set.
had a wonderful childhood. I got very minimal beatings, maybe 2, maybe 3 in my
Because you never
lifetime.
got caught.
Because I was a wonderful child
'Cause you didn't
and
get
I had
He said
a
he born.
wonderful childhood, and I loved everyone.
Ain't
And
no
everyone
evidence.
loved me.
I loved everyone. It
Thank
just
you.
upset me that they didn't love me back. So
Since we giving out shout outs, let's give a shout out to my grandmother, who also didn't really whoop. She did a lot of talking too, so I guess that's where it came from. And most of my beatings came because of I allowed my brother to do stuff that he shouldn't do.
he trying to play the blame game on camera.
No blame game.
Dry snitch.
That's the God
I'm
honest
just playing.
truth.
I'm just playing.
That's the guy. I was a good child. I tried to do the right thing. So that's why I deliver hope today, because it was
good.
embedded. It was embedded in me.
That's what
So
I'm talking
shout
about.
out to Grandma. She was the one who did this. So much
Shout
love
out,
to you
Grandma.
in heaven, baby.
That's right.
Shout out
That's
to
what
my
I'm talking
military upbringing and all the track meets that I put my mom through, because you had to earn a whooping.
Okay.
Oh, I wasn't going to stand there for it. Like, you put
Right.
your tennis shoes on.
Okay.
Put your tennis shoes on.
Wow.
Get ready to run.
My rural upbringing, because I have learned to love. I've learned agape love since then, because I realized that I couldn't become a person that I'm not because these people are acting a certain way to me. I had to love regardless. I had to be me regardless. And I had to show people who I actually was to clear the record. Like, yeah, I fought to prove a point for some time, but I've overcome so much, and it is because of my hard background. So shout out.
So you use the terminology agape love. Explain to the people what that is.
Agape
After
love.
the break, you're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on
was
WDRB
smooth.
Media,
The
voice
of the
community.
Right?
After the break.
I'm just so professional.
I cannot.